Oh, I'm short. I can't be short. I gotta be taller than you. 3, 2, 1. 4-time high five. That's part of the flow. 4-time with Myriad. You got Coach Jared here, and you have Riley with us. Riley, what's your full name?
Riley Johnston.
So Riley is with us for a summer internship.
Yep.
And he is coming to us from Indiana University, but originally from Hobart, Indiana. And a little backstory on that, I'm from Merrillville, Indiana, and Riley's dad was my track coach, as well as just like a general mentor, life mentor for me back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I'm way older than you, older than most probably watching this right now. So I graduated high school in 2003 at Merrillville, and your dad was my track coach for I think 3 of the years because I played baseball my freshman year and then ran track my sophomore, junior, and senior year. Most notably, the 400-meter run, 4x4. That was kind of my.
Those were tough events.
Those were tough events. That was my jam. So, Riley, tell me a little bit about you. You are from Hobart, and what are you? Well, you know what I'm trying to go is. What were you really good at, or what are you really good at?
Outside of are you trying to get at sports?
Yeah,
sports. That's what I'm assuming.
For
okay,
sure.
I mean sports. Obviously, I did run track at Indiana University for 3 years, and then I just medically retired this past season.
Yeah.
What came from sports though is what we're doing here. This is how I kind of ended up here.
Sure.
I have a love and passion for training and lifting and helping other people. So that's kind of where we.
Yeah. And so specifically in sport, I know you played a bunch of different sports, but your family, your dad specifically. What is he known for? What is your family known for? Actually, your dad and your dad's dad. So.
Yeah, our family is known for pole vaulting. My grandpa had started it. How he got into it, I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I do know he went to the Olympic trials, and then my dad and uncle both pole vaulted, and then it kind of just carried down to the third, and now it's going to be fourth generation.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what I love about this right now is I can tell Riley's nervous because he's waving
I know. I'm swaying back and forth.
Stop moving. Stay put here as we go. I'll hold on to you. So this is like a family thing. So pole vaulting was so it would be your grandpa, right?
Yep.
Did you know the story on how he started pole vaulting or
I know he was playing basketball at Idaho, I believe, and then he had came home because his dad passed away during his freshman year.
Got it.
And then I think he was practicing or doing something crazy. I have no idea. And then he met the recruiter at Purdue University, and he just started pole vaulting, I think, at the collegiate level.
Really?
And then went to the trials for it as a decathlon.
I guess if we try to date ourselves here, I mean, it was your grandpa, so we're probably looking at maybe the 60s, 70s or something like that. That might have happened.
No,
so I'm
earlier than that.
Okay,
probably.
earlier than that.
Probably earlier than that.
So earlier than that. So pole vaulting probably wasn't not that pole vaulting's not famous or well known, but probably even back then maybe not.
Oh yeah, not even close.
So super cool early in his times in finding an event like that.
Yeah.
So then did he train your dad, and then your dad became really good at that and kind of just lived and died pole vaulting for many, many years. And your dad was also a collegiate pole vaulter, correct?
Yes, correct. He jumped at Purdue University as well, followed my grandpa.
So how did you, I'm jumping ahead right now. How did you end up at IU if they were Purdue Boilermakers?
I tried going to Purdue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did not recruit me at all.
Interesting.
And Indiana
did. Bad on you, Purdue.
And I'm a diehard Hoosier fan now, so I'm glad it all worked out.
So is there a separation of Purdue and IU in your family?
No, I mean my dad's a diehard Purdue fan, but depending on who he's watching jump, I mean he's an Illinois fan now.
Yeah.
So for my little brother.
Speaking about that, so you have a little brother.
I do,
as well.
yeah.
So you are 2 years older.
2 years older.
2 years older, and your brother Cody is jumping at the Illini, so University of Illinois.
University of Illinois.
What year is he right now?
He is a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay.
Yep.
And he's got this season. Will be finishing up this season, right? And then. He's have his junior and senior year.
Yep.
So your brother is. Did he compete at the Olympic trials or was it nationals?
No, he missed it by a couple of spots.
Okay.
That's his big goal outside of being a national champion is making the 2028 Olympics.
Very cool.
Which would be.
And does he have
awesome.
a chance to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I full-heartedly believe that. Yeah.
That's super cool. I love your family pulls together for each of you, and I know. Actually, speaking about you a little bit, so. Medical retirement. Talk to me a little bit about that. I know you and I have talked about it, and I shared I've had 2 shoulder surgeries, Achilles surgery, I had to have another Achilles surgery, my back's always messed up. Doing sports and fitness your entire life can beat your body up.
For sure.
What has that done to you?
I had a really bad accident my freshman year, and that's what really had started all of it. I was pretty healthy up until that point.
Yeah.
And I just heard a bunch of stuff, and it's been lingering the last 3
Was the
seasons
accident
now.
a pole vaulting accident?
It was pole vaulting,
Did you miss the mat? Or?
Yeah, I missed the mat, dislocated my elbow, tore my bicep in 3 spots.
And so so for those who don't know, pole vaulting, you're running, big pole, sticking it inside. What's it called? The box.
The box.
Okay.
Little metal box.
I was gonna say the box, but I
Yep.
didn't want to
Yep.
be ignorant to that. So the box, get up. How high were you when you fell? 16, 17, 18, 19?
Somewhere right in there.
Okay,
16, 17
So
feet,
then
yeah.
you just got pushed to the left or pushed to the right from.
I got stood up and it's a metal box,
Yeah.
right? So when the pole's stiffened out, you can't just let go. And then I just started falling backwards away from the mat, and
Got it.
Natural instinct, put my arm down to catch myself, and that's how it happened. I made that mistake.
That's gross. And I'm sure you've fallen before.
No,
right?
that's the thing. I've never to this day. I've never broken a pole. I've never had bad wipeouts or injuries or anything.
Seriously.
So I had no idea how to recover, and that's just the natural human instinct. Put down your arm to save your head, and
wow. See,
I regretted that one.
I would have thought you fall every single session, but
No.
I guess when you're born into it from a child. And
My dad was a very conservative coach,
Okay.
for sure. We had every single pole, every single thing that we could possibly need. We were always set up in the right weather conditions and whatnot.
So medical retirement, did you have surgeries, or was it just kind of taking time off?
No, I didn't have to have surgery.
No surgeries.
Yeah, no.
But you kind of left your career a little bit short. So
we had decided, me and my parents this fall, because I had strained my labrum the second week of track, and I've had prior shoulder injuries because of my fall for whatever reason, and my body's just not holding up. I can't stay healthy. That was the hardest part. That's the hardest part about being a collegiate athlete. It's not being a collegiate athlete, it's staying healthy. Those who excel are the ones who are able to keep their body. That's why my brother's doing so well.
Yeah.
He's able to he hasn't had a bad injury. Yeah, knock on wood, but yeah.
Throw that out there.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
gotcha.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And what's really crazy about that is there's a huge parallel from that into the career of fitness, right? And so same thing
100%.
here where, whether you're doing CrossFit, whether you're doing personal training, whether you're doing Olympic lifting, whether you're doing yoga, High Rocks program, whatever it is, our goal is to make sure people can come in here and continually to develop, improve, strengthen, get faster in all these areas without hurting themselves.
100%.
But guess what? Sometimes when you push your body to an extreme, push your body to a max, do things that you're uncomfortable with, do some unknowns, and push yourself beyond, you might actually end up hurting yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
I've had surgeries, I've had injuries within, the sport of fitness, exercising, but most of my injuries happen outside of here. Playing tennis, going skiing, things like that. That's playing sport, doing those sort of things. But by being able to do fitness, you can play sport, you can do things outside of here, and hopefully do them for a long time, and create longevity with that.
Of course, for sure.
So you're looking to potential career in fitness in some way or another. So this summer you're going to be hanging out with us. For those watching, our goal with Riley this summer is to get him through our coach development program to where by the end of his internship, which is going to be, I think, the last week of July into the first week of August. I forget exactly what we decided on at this moment. He's going to be coaching classes hopefully for the last week or two and really being on his own coaching classes with some guidance from us as well, obviously throughout the summer, but to be able to coach classes. And then my fingers crossed hopes is you'll be back with us next year,
Correct.
January through April-ish or whenever
The whole second semester,
whatever the second semester is. Because he has to have a actual academic internship,
Correct.
a clinical type
Correct.
internship. So get you up and running this summer, and then when you step in next January, you're kind of boom, maybe a week or two of refresher, and then you're plug and play, ready to rock and roll, and then we can get you to know what it's like to run a gym and be a coach. And
I've already gotten a good taste of it just off the last 48 hours of being here.
Yeah. So, there's a lot happening, right?
There's a lot more that goes into it than
100%
what you would expect.
Yeah.
Just to coach a CrossFit class for 60 minutes, there's a lot more different things to think about and little things to remember.
I'm smiling because I'm oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot more than what you would think. It's not just do you know how to train or not.
Yeah.
There's a
lot.
So I'm learning. It's fun.
There's a lot of aspects to it. Speaking to that, what is something that you are most looking forward to this summer? Just kind of being here in Indianapolis.
Definitely just getting that 100% confidence of coaching on my own
Yeah.
and knowing that I know what I'm doing, because it's not that I don't know how to train properly or what to do if somebody has a specific injury. It's like being able to sit there with a client for an hour and hold a great conversation and make sure they're having fun.
For sure.
While still improving. And that's like the biggest goal. I want to be able to help people to the fullest.
Love it.
So.
Love it. Anything else you want to share to the Myriad community or to anyone watching this? I can't wait to send this to your mom and dad as well.
I don't know. The last 48 hours that I've been here, it's a great culture. And I think that more people should get into CrossFit and just, maybe not even CrossFit, but just come here, check it out. It's a great atmosphere. It's all great people. I've had great conversations. It's a blast too.
Look, I didn't even tell him to say that.
And if you think you're in good shape, come do a CrossFit class.
Yes.
I can't walk right now.
Well, yeah, you did your first class yesterday.
I did, yeah.
And I kept telling him, I was like, Riley, slow down, stop. You haven't done this before. Your body's going to be beat up tomorrow. Just chill out. And he's like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
And he was doing strict pull-ups with me in the Monday CrossFit workout. And
Today,
we're pretty sore back here.
Yeah.
All right, team. Thank you so much. If you see Riley, say hi. He's going to be in classes observing for next week or two, and then we'll start getting him on the floor a little bit more coaching, leading some warm-ups and going from there. So if you see him, say what's up. Awesome.
Thank
3,
you.
2, 1, done.
Have a good one.